Hello, today we're going to use SplineWarp in Nuke to remove eye blinks. So this is the plate we're going to work with. So we have one eye blink here. So let's jump into Nuke. And first of all, I will just apply a little bit of a brightening to the eyes to see what we are working with. Okay, so because this is kind of moving around, we want to first of all stabilize this. So press Tab and type tracker. And then let's connect this to our plate. And here we want to find, let's first of all go to the first frame and add track and find some good point to track. So I will select this point here and press the forward track. And let's see, this will take a few seconds to complete. Okay, so this was a good track. So let's disable this one, go to the first frame and add track and find another point that we can track. So I think this here will do. So now press forward track and see what we get. So this will take a few seconds. Okay, that's also a good track. So let's disable this and find one third track. So go to the beginning, add track, and I think this bump up here is a good tracking point. So let's track forward one last time. And now we will soon have this third track. Okay, so disable this, and next let's select transform stabilize and create, and then connect this to the tracker, and let's see what we get. You can see now that the eye area remains relatively stable. It's not completely perfect, but it's better than nothing. So let's try this. Oh, actually we can do one improvement here. So I'm going to remove the last node and go back to the tracker and change the translation to enabled for all and rotation and scale, and now create again. This should give us a better track. So let's see how this looks. Okay, so this is much better. It doesn't move at all as much as the previous track we made. So let's go for this. So next we want to see where we have the eye blinks, and this is at around frame 1600. So now we go back to the frame before that is without the blink and is not too blurry. So I think frame 1596 is good. So let's create a frame hold. So press tab, in the node view press tab and frame hold, and type here the frame 1596 and connect this to the stabilize. And then let's find a frame after the eye blink. That is, let's say 16, 17. Okay, so let's create another frame hold. Tab and frame hold. And enter 1617 for the first frame, 1617. And connect this also to the stabilizer. So now we have two frames, 1 and 2, before and after. 1, 2, 1, 2. There's a little bit of difference, but we can't avoid that because we don't have a fully open version after the blink. Okay, so next step now is to create a morph between these two frames to replace the original blink. So for this we are going to use the SplineWarp. So press tab and type SplineWarp. And this connects to A to the first and B to the second. And here we can then select output to be AB warped. And if you try this mix slider and view this result, you can see that it will create morphed frames in between. Okay, so let's go to the frame 1596. And I will set an in point here to make it easier to remember. And set a keyframe here. And then go to 1617. And I set this as the out point to remember and change the mix to 1. So now it will morph between these two frames. And if you look at this result, it seems to be a little bit slow, so well, you get the idea. We will look at this in a while. So let's continue with this setup. So now we have the SplineWarp, and if you look without, let's go back to frame 1600 where we have the blink. And look at the original plate versus the SplineWarp. Then you can see we have opening of the eyes here. And now we want to comp this on top of the plate. So let's add a merge node and the plate to the B input as usual, and then the A input to SplineWarp. And if you look at this result and mix it down, then you can see we have a morph between the two, but we need to replace the eyes only. So let's isolate the eyes here. So for this I will add a roto around the eyes. So let's go to press O for the roto node and then draw a roto around the eye area. And next add a pre-mult, so tab and pre-mult. And connect this to the roto and look at this result. And go back to the roto and replace alpha. So now we have the eyes only, but these are a bit too sharp. So first of all, we can change these points in the roto to be soft. So if you go to the tools here and select smooth points, then we can smoothen out these corner points. And this one is a little bit too okay, change to this selection tool and then move this handle a little bit. So I think this is good enough for now. Okay, and next we want to soften this a bit. So if you go to the roto and change the feather, then we can soften this out. That's too much. So let's keep this only to the eye area. Okay, let's go for this for now. And now we can comp this on top of our plate instead. And look at this result. And let's now play this and see how it looks. Okay, so just you can see now that the eyes are not following, so we need to do a match move so the eyes will follow the plate to invert the stabilization we did before. So let's go to the tracker and select transform match move create and connect this after the pre-mult. And we will merge this instead over our plate. And if we now look at this result, then you can see that the eyes are following, but they are open instead of blinking. So let's now remove the input and out points and show this in normal size. And I will remove the brightening as well. So let's see. And let's press play. And this will take a few seconds to cache, so let's just hold on for a few seconds. It seems to be a little bit slow today, but okay, now it's speeding up. So just a few more seconds and we can see what we got. Okay, almost there. A few more seconds. Okay, almost. Okay, 3 more frames, so now we will soon have our result. Okay, so let's look at this and see what we got. So you can there's still a little bit of fuzziness, so we would need to tweak the mask a little bit. But I hope you got the idea how it works, and you will need to spend a little bit more time on it. So see you next time, and over and out.